I was just like, so I just honestly just gotta stay with that consistency. Like I said, don't drop it, because like I said, I think I got to a point where I was just like this close to fucking be like, I'm done with video. Like literally, I was at a point, not recently, but like I think back in July or something, I was just like, I think I'm done with this shit. You know, and then
start doing fucking shit you like then, bro. Like, don't even look for gigs. Find like make skateboard fucking videos and just send it to them, and that's how you get your shit out there.
Well, that's like that's what like I'm beginning to realize.
Still want to do that. I haven't fucking done that yet.
Yeah. That's like I'm beginning to realize. I'm just like, okay, well, the only way for me to be genuine with the creation is to do stuff that I'm interested in. And to me, like, if, you know, I haven't put anything out, it's either not that I don't like it, but it's just like, okay, well, the motivation is not there. You know what I mean? So it's like, I've kind of just been.
You keep relying on motivation. You're going to fucking fail if you keep doing that, my guy.
Well, I use the term motivation, but it's like ultimately like.
That's drive also.
Yeah.
Again, that's different than ambition. Mm-hmm. Everyone's got fucking ambition, but no people have the fucking drive to see it through, my guy.
Yeah, for real. For real. No, but in terms of like all of that stuff, I've had these not skits, but like the day that I thought about it, like Courtney and I were walking back, I keep having these commercials in my head.
Then make a fucking commercial.
Like
Do you want to start making commercials for Upstate? Because we want to do we've got beats for that shit. We still need to make more. We also need to do some ad stuff for like the ClickFunnels shit Dylan's got going on with the Russian. We just call him the Russian, dude.
Russia.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it is cool. Fucking
shouts to the Russian. You know who you are.
Makes me think of Vibes Cartel. He's from Jamaica. They called him Russian. He's like this like.
A dude from Jamaican, they called him Russian.
That's his name. Like that's like Russian.
But he's Jamaican.
Yeah, he's Jamaican.
That's
like every time on his tracks is like he said Russian. Like I think that's his like other like little gig name and whatnot. He went to jail because he killed somebody, and from when he was in jail in Jamaica, he was still putting out heat, like making feats with people and all that stuff. And so he recently came out. So like he was
and you're whining about owning a house.
Oh, but he got money. I don't.
Right,
I totally forgot what I was talking about. But like, no, like, I've always thought like, even when I was on tour, I kept seeing like these little scenarios. Like, I've always thought, I'm like, okay, I love Super Bowl commercials. Freaking love those. I think they're the best thing ever. Like, I don't know, like when people look at it like, oh, get this commercial, I'm just like, no, I want to see this.
Dude, people watch the Super Bowl just for the commercials.
Yeah, I like that. And so like I've been wondering, is okay, how do you get, because I know there needs to be a pitch. You know, when you like start that, you do a pitch and then you get that going and then you get people to buy into the idea. I almost, what I've been thinking is I almost been wanting to like just like have like them done like the idea and be like, listen, this will be a great commercial for this, do it, and then not necessarily do it with like someone in mind, but just post it. And
that's like the Mad Men shit, dude. Like that's the creative and copy and all that stuff. Like you gotta get in with the creative department, but I don't know if they would do that. I know like what was it, last year or 2 years ago, like a Death Coffee, what is that? It's actually back home in Upstate, like Round Lake area, like literally 10 minutes from where I live. They got a Super Bowl commercial, and it was like those Vikings on that fucking like, it was I don't remember what the fuck it was, but it ended up being coffee and they drank it and everything. It's supposedly the most caffeinated coffee in the world or some shit like that. I think it's called Death Coffee. It's actually here, like at Kroger, which was fucking rad.
Interesting.
But they did like a pitch or whatever, so like they were paying for a commercial, and like whoever had the best idea sent, I think is how they did it. But some people do that, you know, especially because it's Super Bowl and all that. So, you know, think of some things.
Yeah.
Like Doritos always fucking come hard every single year.
I know. It's just like, so like that's just been like another avenue that, you know, like I've kind of just like, and when, like I said, that's what I say, when I say motivate, like it's not necessarily like I guess I'm using it as drives me. You know, like the project needs to like physically drive me because I know that when there's that, it happens, you know.
You just need to the action side taken care of because like we all get jacked on an idea, but ideas are fucking worthless without action, bro. Like, and I'm the same way. I know my mom's the same way. We get jacked on this idea for 2-3 days. If nothing happens, we're on to the next thing.
Yep.
So that's why, like, whenever we have an idea, we write that shit down, and then maybe come back to it later.
Yeah.
That's what I do. It's the same with, like, song ideas, you know, just humming into your fucking phone or some shit like that. Like, half the time I don't go back. More than half the time I don't go back. Maybe I'll listen to a melody or some shit like that. But it's like, if you have an idea, sit down at your fucking computer and start doing it. I know filming's different than just creating a fucking beat or whatever the fuck it is, but start with Upstate ads. Like, we like the funny shit. Make a funny ad. Me and Dill think we sat here and literally just put ideas we had, like, well, we've got beats for that. That's how, like, that became reality. Me and Dill just sat down for a second. You know, I want to do some funny ads. I want to do some fucking funny shit. Like, you know, having, you know, shitty equipment or something, we've got beats for that. So whatever the fuck it is. And then Cody came over and we started doing weird fucking videos with, like, you know, me waking up next to him and he's got a wig on and like a full beard and all that fucking shit. Like, it just do it. If you need to fucking come over, you can. We'll fucking think of some ideas and all that shit. We tell everybody you can fucking come over. Anyone can fucking come over. I told Seti Mac the other day, just fucking come over if you want. I don't give a fuck. Observe. You know, if you got some ideas or you want to pitch or whatever the fuck, do it. He also got Tom, who's fucking genius with all that fucking editing and all that stuff. You know, he's directing and whatever the fuck else. Perb's always doing the behind the scenes stuff, which is fucking invaluable, which means very good. You know, so like that is part of like the vision package like we're doing on that side, where you get a music video and behind the scenes thing. That's what we do with Blow. You know, like the behind the scenes thing was fucking cool as shit. You know, but like that's other stuff to consider, which none of us thought of. He's just fucking filming, you know. So, and that's how, like, even how the magazine started. Dill had an idea for the other Nashville Society, and then we just kind of went with it ourselves, you know. Which I think we'll be doing that next year because Tom's got some ideas for that, and he's just creative director on that. I'm like, fly, you fool, do it, yeah, do it,
fly, butterfly, fly.
You know? But that's where, you know, you bring in a team who's like good at shit. I can't do video stuff, you know. I can't do like the. I mean, I could probably do a magazine or something, but not in the way Tom would do it.
Well, I think with me, it's not an excuse. Researching and like I'll do a lot of research. I'm like, man, this is a lot, and I feel like it's a lot for just one person. You know, which a lot and
it is. I can't do all this shit.
Yeah. And so like in doing some of the things, and I had this discussion with Superb. I'm just like, I was asking, so how did you feel about, you know, the music video experience? You know, because he did one for, you know, the whole
Know You Know one.
Yeah. So he did that, and then so in comparison with what he did later, he's just like very different experiences. Like one is like a one-man band where you have to figure out everything, and then the other one is just like you actually get to enjoy a little bit more. So I'm like, yes. I'm like, that's why a lot of times if I'm doing music video, if it's just me, it's a freaking hassle because I ultimately, like, obviously when you're working with a team, it's just much easier. And overall, there's nothing wrong with a one-man band. It's just a lot of work. And if it's a lot of work and you just don't have the time and all that stuff, it can be draining already. So like you said, like,
I get it, but would you rather do that the rest of your life?
Do what?
Handle that shit yourself and do what you love? I fucking hate recording acoustic guitar. It is my favorite instrument, but I fucking hate recording acoustic guitar. But I do it anyways because I know that's what I need for this particular recording. Yeah, you know, doesn't mean I stop.
Yeah,
or hire somebody else. I mean, I mean, you can. You just. I don't know. Maybe you do hire somebody and chuck them fucking $50.
I think at this point, like you said, I think you're touching it. It's just like a lot of soul searching and a lot of investigating and really actively thinking of, you know, what it is, because I'm honestly like going from, it's been just a state of transition for a while. You know, going from touring, and I was trying to do this while touring.
I'll admit, dude, like that's pretty drastic change you've been dealing with, my guy. Fucking touring with these heavy hitters, and then like it's gone probably for a while.
Yeah, so it's like doing that, and then coming back to like, you know, because
real life.
Yeah, well, it is. The other thing was real life, but it's just like I just wasn't here.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like you said, I feel like I'm in my creative stage now.
Yeah.
You know, so like this is the creative stage where, you know, as much as the financial gain is necessary, you know, that's why the 9 to 5 is there. I just need to accept that and just do with what I have, which more and more I'm getting into that idea and I'm just doing it. Yeah. You know, so it's like, even, and like I said, yes, I'm thinking all of these things, but instead of tacking on all that stuff, maybe just focus on time management and dealing efficiently with what I have now. And I think that's kind of where it's been, because like that week where I kind of sort of got sick, I feel like there was a lot of stuff going on. I'm just like, okay, great. Oh shit, I got a podcast. Oh shit, I got to edit this. Oh, I got to do. It was just like, so that's when I kind of was like, okay, there needs to be some sort of balance, because I'm not single anymore. Let's just put it that way. And the responsibilities that I had when I was 26 comparison to now are a lot different. And so there's definitely needs to be a little bit more adjustment. And even, like I said, even just to living together, you know, with my girl overall, just like, it's a whole lot of soul searching. And I guess the good thing is I have a whole lot of time to figure it out.
You do, man.
So
it's not like you're a fucking, I don't know, female artist who has to be like 18 years old to get into the record industry or some shit like that. Yeah. You know, like you take the 5 years if you need to develop your craft. I don't give a fuck as long as you're goddamn doing it.
Yeah. And overall, like I said, like the turnout for this year, like I'm getting more and more like excited in terms of like, you know, what is coming out ultimately. And like I said, some steps were taken, you know, doing that little thing for like the dog show, the dog festival that they had, like making those steps, like I said, stepping out of the comfort zone when I can ultimately.
Oh, yeah. Doing that. And also, like I was about to say, like, just edit for free for some people. Yeah, and you can like push it creatively. Like when Dylan was going door to door with Superb, I told him like, yo, if they need proof, I'll do a mix for free for every fucking one of the doors you walk through. I will prove myself to them. Like send me the track, demo, song, right, whatever, and I'll do it for free. Like that's a way to get in. You know, that's the way to do it. And also they're meeting other people. So if they meet somebody who does videography or whatever the fuck, and get you and Otom to fucking do some shit or whatever the fuck. Or if you have too much shit to do, fucking hire out Otom. You got an editor on your plate or whatever. If you need to just film shit and not deal with the editing, like figure out what you don't want to do or what you're not good at and find somebody who fucking is good at it.
Yeah, but you gotta have money to do that.
No, you don't.
Well, if the person's
find someone who's like, I'm looking at fucking producers whenever I'm looking at growing my social media and stuff. I'm finding producers for the We've Got Beats for that production side of things, you know? Like they're all the ones that I find, I let them know that. I'm like, yo, dude, you're dope. Like I'm gonna follow you on my Upstate account. Maybe we do business in the future. Send me beats and we'll, you know, do percentages. I'll mix your shit, all that fucking shit, just like I'm doing with the other producers and stuff. Like they don't have large followings, you know, cruise through fucking video editing on Instagram, find someone who's got a fuck off following, but good. You know, there's fucking millions of them, dude. There are millions of them. Yeah. You know, you should, but you may just not have thought of that. So a lot of the times it's just thinking of what to do and, you know, all those fucking things. You know, asking the right questions. That was something me and Dylan were trying to get together on like, I want to meet some of these like indie labels and stuff. 'Cause like, what are the questions I should be asking that I need to consider with, you know, running a record label and stuff like that? Because I don't know. I'm brand new to this. We've only, and I didn't even set out to start a label. This is just a production company. And then all of a sudden we're able to do video. All of a sudden Superb's meeting mad people and doing A&R and stuff. We got a head of A&R, head of creative, and head of marketing now. God damn, dude. That's sexy as fuck.
It is.
You know, like it's cool. We got the MC podcast. That's fucking coming along fucking amazingly. We just reached episode 30, and that was kind of the milestone for Dylan to just to see if we can make it to 30. You know, now like he'll start thinking of like, okay, maybe we can do this, we can do that, but he still wants to wait till we like are on average 100 episode views an episode, because like that matters. Like, and I've already spoken with everyone. Like, you guys need to understand. Like, Adele, Roy, myself are probably going to be close to 40 before this actually picks up. That's just the way it is. If you look at all the analytics of YouTube videos, like I can only think of like the Evan Carmichael guy, even though I don't really follow him. It took 5 or 7 years before he boosted up in followers and all that. That's just the way it is. You know, we're all kind of hopping on the train mad late. Joe Rogan been doing it for 10 plus years. You know, whether it's your Instagram following or anything, it takes time, and most people are just fucking whining that they don't have it now. And like, and then you see these people who have like 1 million followers, and they're like, I could fucking do that, even though it took them all that time to even be a good host or a good, you know, influencer or whatever the fuck. You know, you don't see all that development time. Like Adele and Roy are getting really good at hosting now. They're just asking mad questions. Like the guy here yesterday was a Harlem artist. He does like cool hats and like really cool masks. What the fuck's his name? Dot. And he's got like a Pac-Man guy that eats dots all the way on the back of the hats. It's really cool. He was a really chill dude. But they were really on top of just asking them questions. They don't even need notes in front of them anymore. And like in the beginning, they had to have them because we were all new to this. And they're just going to get better. They're going to get better. They're going to get better. You know, Adele's going to start going to like businesses and stuff and talking to like the real Nashville and all that. And we're going to put that in the magazine and all that shit. You know, I'm trying to find the strengths of these guys. You know, Roy, I want to work with him on like the Upstate ciphers, you know, because he's been doing that for years. But I want to get it to I want it to be like a winning thing, because I don't know how ciphers typically are. I've never been a part of them. I've only seen what like BET or MTV does with ciphers, where they kind of just rap for like a minute, like it's just a quick freestyle or whatever the fuck over a beat. Where with Roy's ciphers, they're back and forth, kind of like what we were doing upstairs in the beat studio, where Blow was just showing us like some beats, and then, you know, Roy'd start freestyling, and then Blow takes over, and then Superb takes over, and it's just back and forth. Sometimes it might be a 20 seconds, and then it just goes to the next person. But I was thinking more of a competition where you have a minute, you know, 16 bars or whatever the fuck. Maybe it's just 16 bars. And we do it more like, you know, not necessarily battle rapping, but like you spit the hardest bars you have, and then you win, and at the end you get like half the pot or something like that. Like maybe we always put in $100, so there's always $100 to the winner, and then everyone else can chuck in, you know, $1 or $5, and that it just grows the pot a little bit, and then you collect whatever the winnings are, whoever wins it, and that'll be like maybe an end of the month thing. And Tom thought of that. I was like, God damn, that's a cool thing. Like that could go fucking. I hope not. Shit, I probably shouldn't have said nothing. I'm just saying, like, dude, that could go viral as fuck, dude. Like Nashville fucking ciphers and shit. Like, you know, the winners make money. Like, that's cool. That brings the competition back to hip hop, you know, lyrically, anyways. Because we both know, like, lyrically in hip hop, it don't fucking matter no more. Like, it doesn't even matter if you write your own shit anymore. Back then, it used to be a sin if you didn't write your own shit. That's all you had to do. Was fucking write. But now it's just like, you know, everyone's collabing, and I don't even give a fuck as long as the song's dope. You know. But lyrically, that could be the thing that brings hip hop lyrics back, you know, instead of just like the, you know, the Trippie Reds of the world. Like, I fuck with Trippie Red too. Like, I don't believe a word he says, but I fuck with his melodies and all that stuff. But yeah, like that could be something cool that brings the competition back to hip hop. Where it's like, I don't even know if you would call it a battle rap, because you're not battling each other. It's just bringing the hardest bars, you know. And, I don't know.
I think like when it comes to cypher, it's always about like. I mean, I think, because Mr. B was saying like, yo, he doesn't like to do battles because like a lot of time it's like demeaning other people and all that stuff. And a lot of time it's more about the title. A lot of competition, you know, like follow the same format where ultimately you got people that come in, spit your hottest 16, you know, and just go head to head. Whoever wins moves on to the next one, or just wins in general. I think honestly, to complement that, you should just throw like out of like a free session, you know, for whoever, because then that kind of highlights, you know, the Upstate in a sense, you know, like, the pot is good, but you never know, you may have like, you know, a gem that's like, you know, just didn't really have the opportunity just to record a bang out track, and all he's done is just ciphers, and then on top of the pot, you'd be like, okay, well, you get a pot, you get a free session, you know, mixed, mastered, whatever, and you get that.
That's interesting.
So to me, like, that can be another, like, you know, interesting, you know, spot for someone, because at the end of the day, having good production and having a track that, you know, like puts you at the top and showcases what you are, ultimately a cipher is good, but how good are you at writing a song, you know? And that's the part to where like you can even bring that up, or that can be like an asset to where like, okay, well, hot bar, you know, let's see if you can write a song. And that's probably going to be the part that's going to be the toughest, because just because you have a hot 16 doesn't mean you can come up with a top track.
Yeah.
Unless all they want is just to record their voices and all that's cool. But
some rappers don't like write choruses. You know, they get
No.
other people to write choruses,
Which-
is fine. I
yeah.
don't give a fuck about that. Like some people like aren't good at it.
Yeah.
You know, I have friends that fucking just wrote hooks for
Yeah.
rappers and stuff, and then maybe the rapper just sings it themselves or
Mm-hmm.
some shit. So that's an interesting idea, though,
Yeah.
because that's a way to like scout talent too, and like bring everybody in and
Or-
just bring the community together.
Yeah.
All that.
Or even if if you, not to say you're saying you have to do it, but if you have you start having more producers and people that mix, you end up being because I was watching. It's funny. That's when I realized like you said, the importance, like I said, of behind the scenes of just documenting things. I was watching that J. Cole album that he did with all this different with Jid and all that stuff.
Oh, the half-hour documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were. Tom wanted to do that here. Is like I call it Hell Week. There's like a specific thing that Superb was calling it. I don't remember, but
just seeing that made me. I didn't particularly like that album. When I listened to it, or the rap, but just watching that documentary, and that's what made me want to go listen to it again because I feel because I'm I feel like I missed out on some, because at that point you just take in what was there, but when you watch the work that went into it, it makes you appreciate it,
dude. And that's the stuff you can't really buy as like a marketer. You know, that's branding.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, these guys give a shit. They got in the room with mad producers,
Yeah.
and they've were writing on the spot, hits and they were kind of fighting amongst each other, kind of I was trying to get in there, but motherfucking GID was in there, some Jill.
He's hogging all the sessions, and man, this guy getting all the tracks.
Yeah.
You see stuff and it's okay, well, let me see how many tracks this dude is on, or just stuff that just gets you interested, and they don't even have to do anything; it's just already there, and then whichever caters to the audience. That's what makes them want to listen to the album.
Yeah,
I've listened to some Jid stuff, and I like the flow, but it's also one of those where
Tom loves the shit out of it. He's saying he's gonna be the future of Dreamville or something.
He I like the flow. I just never really I think this song Rest in Peace in America, that song, his flow is dope. I think it's more his voice that kind of throws me off a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm just that's the part that's whatever.
Well, that's what fucked me with Kendrick. I didn't like his voice at first, back when I heard Mad City, and then it was To Pimp a Butterfly that made me give it another chance, because it was jazzy. It was something weird to it, a different element to it. But then I got used to his voice, especially the Unmastered project that he had. Remember that? Unmixed, Unmastered, whatever it was called?
That's the one album I didn't listen to.
Yeah, dude,
I think.
Dude, that's the one that hooked me on him, because it was jazzy as fuck.
Is that the one, wait, is just his face in front of the cover?
No, it's green. I think it's all green.
I think it was one point.
You're thinking of Damn, I think, with his face in the cover.
Yeah, there's one that I know he just released, out of just kind of just out of nowhere or some shit, whatever. And I remember because I was, because that's why I did that choreography video to Amigos. I remember exactly because I was in the room. I can't remember what was going on, but I was having a bad night overall. Sure. And then I put that album that was playing in the background, and I remember vibing to it, but nothing else really. So there's a lot of albums I need to revisit, even To Pimp a Butterfly, because when it came out,
I need to revisit all this shit.
To Pimp a Butterfly, that 2020 experience. I didn't listen to 2020. The Justin Timberlake.
Dude, I fucked hard with that. So, when that came out, I think I went to Target and bought the Target one, because for whatever reason, Target was chucking into another track or two or something like that. But dude, 2020, fuck, I love that album.
Yeah, I didn't listen to that. I didn't
realize how good Timberlake was until that album. And then I went back to Justified, which was fucking amazing, man. Back 2002, whenever that came out, after the NSYNC stuff, it was so good. Pharrell's all over that shit, and then Timbaland was all over Future Sex Love Sounds or whatever the fuck.
Timbo.
And that album is Timbo as fuck, but then once you get to 2020 experience, it's just orchestral and really cool. Black Suit and Tie was fucking dope.
Hey, yo, Technology, baby, that's my track, man.
That was off Curtis, dude. That was the only song that was on that album that was all right.
Yeah, but I thought that song kind of just matched on, because that was also a Timbo track, wasn't it?
Probably, if Timberlake, Timbo and Timberlake are always together.
They're fucking this, man.
Yeah, they do dope shit.
Yeah, I probably in terms of I don't want to say notable producers, but producers that when I hear them, I know they're on the track. Timbo and Pharrell, without
yeah, their sounds are unique as
I
fuck.
just I listen just Pharrell, Timbo. And then there might be sometimes just like I have no clue it's tempo, but like for the most part, tempo's on the track. It's just like, and I think that's like huge. When it comes to like, producing and like getting that own sound and getting that sort of I guess that tag, but without necessarily saying it. That's like that shit is like to me that's priceless. Once you get to that point to where you don't need like Jesse made another one, like you don't need that. It's just like you, and that I think
because a lot of those beats kind of sound similar, so you need that to differentiate.
Exactly.
Keith and,
yeah.
And
I think that's what it is now, to where like like a lot of not knocking anybody. I don't like I said I don't do beats. I feel like I've always liked like when it comes to beat making, dude. I love that shit, but I can't sit down and do it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, and like I said, everybody can probably say they feel like they could be a dope like beat maker and whatever, but it's just like I don't know, like just coming from the musical background a little bit that I have with like rapping and even doing a little singing here and there with the boys and all, I got into it, but it's just like that act of just like doing it, I give them props, man, because just like looking for all those sounds, finding it and all that stuff is so much freaking.
Well, beat making is different than
producer.
Yeah,
for sure.
I fucking say that till I die, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Producer makes a record. Beat makers take samples and fucking do a drum rhythm over them. And I'm not knocking the art. Like there is an art to it.
There is.
Programming is having a unique drum style.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, but I don't really like to use samples personally. I like to make my own sounds, but that's why Timbo I think makes his own sounds. Pharrell makes his own sounds, and that's why they sound unique and different. But even some of these like Nick Muir like writes his own guitar loops.
Nice.
He's one of the Internet Money kids, I guess. Internet Money was like the huge producers that came out with like Juice WRLD and all that.
Oh, okay.
Like those guys. I'm learning about them. I don't really know, but like because I'm not in that world. Like I only recently got into, and it was because of Ian Dior that I got into like what's going on now, because he was straight guitars and just trap beats and shit. And like his melodies were fucking dope. Trippie Redd I was kind of cool with at first. Like I liked his melodies, but it was Ian Dior that really like hooked me.
Yeah.
And then the new Juice WRLD album, his post death one or whatever the fuck, like that had a lot of guitars in it too, and that's what connected me with it. But I mean like Tom and Superb are on top of that shit, and that's why I kind of look to them. Superb's A&R and Tom handles the creative and all that fucking shit, and they know like what's coming because I don't. It's important that they do, because they can find something in its underground raw form, and then I can center it a little bit more, I suppose, in terms of like mix or direction and all that fucking shit. So like that's valuable as fuck, because I'm like right now I'm onto hyperpop. You ever hear of hyperpop?
I'm fucking good with that.
Yeah, Blow showed me that, or told me about that the other day when he was coming over, because he got somebody he wants us to meet. Jachi, I think his name is, the 20-year-old.
It sounds very familiar. I feel like Foundation mentioned them before.
Probably, yeah, but he mentioned hyperpop. I was like, what the fuck is that? And because Blow does his own thing too with funk. Apparently it's called PHONK. It's like a Memphis thing. That's why his shit hits as hard as it does. It's a genre. I've never heard of it before, but like if you type in funk in Spotify, it's some gnarly ass shit. But hyperpop is like, I'm very interested in hyperpop. We're gonna see where that goes.
What is it?
It's like it blew up on TikTok. Like that's why it's very popular. So it's like, the best way I can try to explain it is take a marshmallow. Marshmallow? Joy Time marshmallow, the very playful sounds.
Sure.
So very playful fucking sounds. Speed that up, add some distortion, take a Juice WRLD sounding voice, distort that, and then like put a Devil Lock crusher on the drums, and like that's hyperpop. Like that seems to be like what it is. Like I'm listening, there's this 8-hour fucking Spotify playlist that has like 1 million likes or something on that, or some crazy amount of likes, that I was listening to, and it's fucking gnarly, dude. Damn. It's really cool. I have no idea what these guys are saying, but it has nothing to do with that. It's just like, whoa shit, fuck yeah, dude. I was out driving the other day freaking listening to that shit. It's a vibe, dude.
Were you just fucking knocking everything down while you were riding?
No, it's just different. It's interesting. It sounds young as fuck. Very, very youthful. And I get it. I'm happy I get something, you know, in terms of like what's new. And I remember Tom was saying that like it scares him that he may not, if just the older you get, you may not get what the kids are into anymore. Like I don't get some of the shit right now. Like Matt fucking showed me Triple X 2017 or some shit. I thought it was garbage. I fucking hated it. You know, it was a clip in, distorted out the fucking ass. He said like this is the future. And 5 years later,
fucking Matt Carter.
Yeah, dude.
Love the kid.
Big
man.
Matt, man. Fucking
hope he's doing well.
Hope he is too. Fucking he's on YouTube. He was complimenting or commenting on some of the beats like when we in the earlier like summertime or whatever. He was really into some of our guys' stuff. And but yeah, dude, he showed us that. I remember we were in your room when I think he showed us that, you know, and I was like, damn, dude, that's cool. And I just recently listened to X's like a couple of his albums, like the Question Mark 1 and 17 and all that shit. I think a couple months ago, and I was like, damn, I hear it. It's interesting listening to the pioneer, listening to like the first to do it, you know, because his shit's raw. He's almost like the Nirvana of that genre of guitar trap melodies and shit like that. And you can hear after that, you know, the Trippie Reds and Juice WRLDs and how more polished they are, you know, but like how raw X was. It's very interesting. Like it's very interesting hearing the real beginnings of like that style of music that is taking over right now. You know, it's fascinating. I would recommend like going back and listening to it though. Like, and again, like sometimes music finds you at a certain time in your life. Maybe you don't get it right then and there. You know, maybe it has to take a few years, and then you find something that, you know, connects you back to it. Like I didn't like Travis Scott until his fucking Sneakers came out. I wasn't into Rodeo and Matt showed me Travis Scott when Rodeo came out too, but I heard too much of Kanye and Kid Cudi in it, and it turned me off. I heard way too much of it in there.
I saw Travis when he put out Rodeo. I mean, it was a cool show, but no one really knew the album. I didn't know the album. You know, he was opening for Rihanna. And so, like, that was a cool show. But then, like, ultimately, like, when he found that sound, I mean, to me, it just hooked. It just clicked immediately. Like I said, he embodied a vibe that I very much so like I don't want to say like it's necessarily like drug necessarily related, even though that's like you're talking about, you know, Xan and all that stuff. But ultimately, like when you make a song, and to me, it makes you think of a feeling or a sensation that you can feel like just by listening to the song, you feel like you're in that state. To me, that's just like fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
and
a
like,
lot of people say that with Antidote. Is that what that song is? Was that on Rodeo?
I don't know if Antidote was on Rodeo. I don't know that catalog for that album.
Dude, fucking Tom showed us the evolution of him from 2009 to like where he is now.
Dude,
like, his earlier stuff is fucking weird. Dude.
I know.
Like it's just I mean. To what he is now is very bad, you know, but that's how you start.
Yeah.
You know, he's a kid in Houston, whatever the fuck it was, you know? And then, like, it was really, for me, it was like his Sneakers coming out in Astro World. I was like, oh, he's the next Kanye. I get it, you know, and because I loved Astro World. It was fucking amazing. And then I finally, because when I first heard Birds in the Trap, it just sounded the same to me. Every fucking song sounded the same. And, like, it makes sense because at that time, I was really into EDM, the Jack Hughes, Dylan Francis, Diplo's, Marshmello, all that stuff. I was listening to nothing about that. So when you go from this hard-hitting, bright, you know, synths and you know, melodies and shit like that, and then listening to Birds in the Trap, I was like, you know, I'm not really into it. But it took till like, you know, really now for me to really get. Well, no, 2018 is when Astro World came out. God damn, dude. That was a while ago.
Was it?
28 fucking teen, dude.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Because I went to that. What's his latest album?
Astro World. He hasn't put out anything.
Yeah, that was 2019.
No, it's not. It's 2018.
Because I went. That's when I was.
2018, August 3rd.
Interesting.
Told you, bro.
So when did I go? Because I like I said, I think I told you this. I saw Travis, and I mean, like that show.
You said that was like 2017, I thought.
No, Ozzy was 2017. And Travis, I was still on Elton. And so, like, I was in Florida, and we went to go check it out because we had a show there. And so with that, like I said, it was probably one of the best rap shows that I've been to. Like I said, I don't really care. Like, to me, for someone like him, you need the vibe to be there, or else I'm just watching you rap. You know, and I think that's what it was for him. And to me, he brought that, and that's why I was enjoying it so much, just because like it didn't matter if I'm a roadie or whatever. I was there. I was enjoying my ass off, and I forgot all about the production. And at some instance, like, oh, I wonder how they do that. Oh, okay, they got this thing going here. Okay, they got a truck. Okay, cool. Oh shit, that's a cool. Oh yeah, that's the song that I. That's literally was the whole motion throughout that.
He's
night.
hard on his production, dude. If you watched his documentary on Netflix, dude, he was freaking out on some people because people after the show.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
I need to go watch it.
I made it or whatever it's called. I forget.
I need to go watch it. You know, I'll probably check that out tonight.
Dude, it was funny. Tom showed me this clip of him actually falling off stage, and it goes like, yeah, because the auto tune was still on it. It was fucking hilarious.
That's fucking great.
He falls hard.
That's
dude.
brilliant.
Yeah, you look that up later.
Another guy, because I think you mentioned sometimes like you listen stuff that you might be like you got to be in the right place or like in the right mind place, and sometimes stuff finds you. An artist that was very much so like that, and I would personally never think that I would like. It's probably Pop Smoke, which is like I
can't get into him, bro.
Bruh.
Not right now, anyways. Like I've only listened to that new album though, but I just can't.
I didn't listen. The new album to me, like not that it's trash, but like I'm not interested just because like he did a song with Roddy Ricch and 50, and the transition throws me off just because of how they threw his voice in and the track that they put in. It to me, it just every time I listen to the song, I feel like
just pieced together.
Yeah, I feel like Roddy Ricch is on the song, 50 is on the song,
and Roddy, isn't it?
Yeah, Roddy Ricch. Sure, I always say Roddy, but like Roddy Ricch is on the song, 50 is there, and then like, oh yeah, Pop Smoke is Dead is on the track. Every time I listen, and that's what it reminds me of, and that album kind of throws me off. I like the song. It's like you wanna fuck with the and I turned.
He's got an interesting voice.
Like the vibe that he brought is like very much so something that I was in phase with as well, because like French rap is like that, you know, like very influenced, you know, by you know like grime in a sense, and like in the way that they're rapping back home actually with French rap, for instance, the way people would rap would be completely different, and it wasn't necessarily as influenced by French rap. Funny enough, it was influenced by American rappers. So like a lot of people back home in Africa, when they were rapping, were trying to like rap in English and whatnot, versus now.
Yeah, rap started here.
Yeah, well, I get that. But like ultimately, like you would think that you have your, I don't want to say cousin, but like you have people that rap in French. The identity of French rapping changed because French rappers realize we can't be American rappers on the track. We have to, you know, and the way the flow, like it freaking changed. And so now I'm hearing that in back home, and a lot of my friends that are rapping still, and I'm just like, dude, rap has freaking changed since the time that like I was, you know, doing the rap group with the boys and doing the whole thing. And I found pictures of me, like we're at a rap competition in one of the biggest rap groups in, you know, back in Ivory Coast. We're in a competition with them. We didn't know at the time. We were just all rapping. It was cool, all good and fun. And honestly, dude,
they were sending you death threats and shit.
No death threat. I mean, like, probably won't.
I didn't know we were rap beef. Like, what's going on?
But like it was a cool rap competition. It's called Fire Flu. It was like the one, like if you were like an aspiring rapper back in Ivory Coast and Abidjan, you go there, you do your thing, you know. And honestly, I think out of all of them, you know, me and the guys were like kind of like a lot different in the sense like we brought the, you know, R&B side with the rap and all that stuff, and we kind of just went a little bit more towards melody versus just hardcore rap, which in Africa and in Ivory Coast at the time just wasn't resonating with what was going on. I think rap back home definitely got his identity back, but going back to the whole like how rap evolved and like listening to Pop Smoke, when I heard that, I'm just like, that sounds like a track from Europe, like from like French rappers and shit, just a production. And come to find out, I think some of the guys that work with Pop Smoke work on some grime shit from what like I heard through the grapevine from somebody. Yeah. So that's what like, and the voice is done, I'm just like, okay, this is very familiar. I don't know why it rocks with me, and I'm already waiting for Spotify to tell me that my most listened artist is Pop Smoke. Like I already know, like I just know.
I heard his earlier stuff better.
Yeah,
I know Innocent said he's a fan of him because of the productions are very dark.
Oh yeah,
he likes that shit.
I and I think that's also another thing that I like too. Like it was like, and now a lot of more people are doing it, obviously, because like, you know, in a sense, he was another one of those gone too soon. and that's not even able to, you know, enjoy the fruit, you know, of his labor and of his hard work. But I think honestly, like, for what he did, he's that whole, the dark beats and the dark rap kind of just was always there. But like, again, his was a vibe in the same sense that Travis to me was a vibe as well. And so like, I don't know. I know there's going to be a good bit of that. Probably already is a good bit of that now. I'm just not listening to it, or I haven't heard of it yet.
What, the drill?
Yeah, like, or like the type of rap that he's doing, or like with his production.
People out there, but I mean, he just hopped on drill. I thought Tom doesn't think drill's gonna last. He thinks it's just a fad right now.
Yeah,
because everyone's coming out with like the New York drill, Chicago drill, all this stuff. It's all right. I haven't really got. I like it when UK like, grime does it.
I love grime.
Think drill is technically grime or some shit. I don't really know.
I love grime. I
like UK rappers. They sound cool. Like
I like the flow.
Stormzy's album was cool.
I like the flow. I like the fact that it's interlaced with Jamaican culture. Like, it doesn't matter, like, the way when they rap, it's just like, it seems like them and they're like hanging out with fucking Jamaicans on their tracks.
There's a lot of influence.
It is
Jamaican influence in London.
So it's like I love it. Like my boy Rashad, it was so funny. Like he switched because he'll spit every now and then and then like, but he's able to tap into that. But I guess it's just how you spoke. That's how you hung out, you know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, it just made sense. So everything about that, man, like, I love it. My girlfriend doesn't like UK rappers like Storm. She's like, I hate his voice. I'm just like, I don't know how we're together right now. And I have no idea.
Well, it's interesting because they can. It almost seems like they have a different flow than everyone else just because of how they say words and shit like that, and it's unique and interesting. Like I wish I'm gonna learn French eventually because I want to listen to French rappers and stuff like that. Because I just don't. It's just flow to me. I can't hear anything else. But I think French is like the biggest hip hop hub outside of America currently. Like Paris, you know, they're fucking apeshit for it over there, which is awesome. Like, you know, even Japan is huge. Fucking UK
Korea.
is huge. Korea, they're just taking the American influence
and then just
and all that
finally
stuff
and putting it into their shit and then making it theirs versus before it just used to be, we need to be like the Americans, and now it's just like, well, wait a minute, how about we just use that but make it ours? And then like that to me is just like, that's a beautiful thing, you know?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I hate it when people are like fucking what was it? Taking from the culture and not giving anything back. So I'm like, fuck off with that, dude. Yeah. Let them fucking do their thing, dude. Yeah. Like, mind your own goddamn business. You're just pissed because you're not successful. And it's literally just those people who are fucking whining. You know, like Roy showed me some Korean R&B artists, and they're like doing the fucking genre more respect than some of the fucking people here. Yeah. I was like, damn, dude, this is fucking groovy. I like this.
I'll be like, because I was listening to some music, and then some Korean chick got on the track. I'm just like, wait a minute, what is she singing in? Is this Korean? Wait a minute. No, it's English. Okay, cool. Keep working. Wait a minute. How the hell does Korean track get on my playlist? And I'm just like, but then I'm listening, just like, all right, cool. I vibe with it. You know, it's just like, it like now it's just like, with how things is moving, man, it's just like, it's not stuck. You know, like things like, I don't know, it's not stuck in placement. It's just like moving so fast. I just can't keep up.
Well, it's interesting because we're not in I feel like the industry doesn't know like what the next wave is. No. Everyone's kind of just doing their own thing.
Everyone's just throwing stuff in a pot. You know,
I feel like after 2015, it's been like, I don't know. There's just different genres going on. You got like the Billie Eilish doing shit. You got the K-pop like squeezing its way over here. You got the guitar trap shit going on. You got fucking like 80s making a comeback with like Dua Lipa and like Calvin Harris and shit.
I love Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
She needs to, well, I'm not going to say she needs to marry me because obviously I'm already taken, but she needs to marry me. I used to call her Bushy Brow. I still call her Bushy Brow.
She had a picture of. I remember you said she strikes me as the chick who doesn't like shave her armpits, and then I literally saw like a week later of her like having hair under her arm. Like, it was intentional picture.
I know.
I was like, dude, that's hilarious.
I told him just like, yeah, she got that vibe from her, man. My Bushy Brow should come through, bro. Yeah. My girlfriend just like, I love her brows. I'm just like, gross. I'm like, you pluck that shit out, man. But like I said, I love like her music. And come to find out, she made a track with she did a remix of Levitating with the Baby.
Really?
Yes.
I fuck with the Baby, man.
Dude, the freaking Baby, like, shout out to the Baby, man. Like,
he's cool.
his my barber always put me on to some new track.
Yeah.
Every time I go to him, he's like, who you listen to? He's like, man, this rapper from North Carolina, the Baby. You hear the Baby? Man, the Baby, man. Dude, the streets know, man. He freaking knows because every time I go to him, he's like,
let me know next time he's on to something new.
Dude, he told me about the Baby. I'm just like, I don't even know who this Baby guy is. And next thing you know, the Baby had that one song that blew,
intro.
Yeah, like I do what I want. I'm the young CEO. Yeah, like that song. That was big song. That shit blew up. And then from there, he said, when I went to him, he's like, yeah, I mean, the Baby's trying to get his bread now. He's not really doing that stuff he used to do in his like mixtape and EP. He's like, which I can't be mad at him for. Get your money, but like, he's like, his older stuff was hard. That's what he was saying. So I'm just like, all right, cool, bet.
I just fuck with his flow, dude. His voice and his flow are very unique
his
to me.
attitude as well. I very much so like his attitude. Very business oriented. It seems just from even some of the stuff he says in his rap, it's just
dude, he rapped like in a diaper or something. Mm-hmm. That's what his marketing guy or plan was just fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
I saw some interview with him on I forget where the fuck it was, but like he talked about like where he just did whatever it was necessary to build the brand.
Yeah.
And he has the right mindset to do that.
Yep.
And he's done it. Like his character is cool.
Mm-hmm.
What he does and all
he
the
chill
videos
dude,
are cool. He drips with confidence.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, he just owns the shit out of his songs.
Even just listening to that song Levitating, I'm just like, I like his verse. What I don't like about the song is just like it feels like Dua Lipa singing and then the Baby is doing this thing and then here's the song.
That's how it's done, dude.
Well,
he's probably she's probably in like UK or something.
He's
like,
in LA
here's
the track.
or New York or whatever the fuck, and then they just do a verse. They buy a verse from him. Here's fucking $50K for a verse.
You're just like, I want to have the Baby on my track. Here's the music.
That's how Lil Wayne was doing it back then. He was on fucking everything.
But like, here's the thing. Like, I like the tracks where like as much as they're recording at home, it feels like both of them are in the joint, freaking just like going head to head, like where it feels like collaboration.
Some of them are in the same room, though.
I love those, man. I can't remember. I think that's another song that another rapper that I feel like I don't listen to enough. Royce 5'9".
Royce the 5'9", man, dude, he's cool as
this
shit.
One song that him and Eminem did with
Bad Meets Evil
on Bad. I think it was on that, but R.I.P. to Nate Dogg, man. Nate Dogg is probably one of my favorite guys out there. Like even
out there no more.
I know, like even on the come up, like like I said, with the whole singing thing, like because when you're in a rap group, you kind of like the whole singing wasn't shit thing, so you're trying to find a way to come at it hard, and so Nate Dogg was the blueprint. Like he was just like no one would think about crossing Nate Dogg,
sure.
But it's just like the way he came out of track, it was still like in a gangster way, and he still make it do like just want to bounce and shit. So when I heard when Nate Dogg passed away, man, that shit hit me. It was one of those I'm just like, damn, like every track Nate Dogg is on is a hit. You know what I mean? So I respect that dude. But I think that song is like living a life in the fast lane, moving at the speed of life, but I can't slow down. I don't really know where I'm headed, just enjoying the ride. Pedal to the metal.
Yeah,
dude,
that song was cool.
That is my song. Every time I need motivation, and I'm kind of just blurry and all. One of the episodes, like the guys was like, "Oh, what's to me?" And also for me, it's never really an album. It's always a song.
Yeah,
and I feel like. That's most people too. I don't think a lot of people listen to albums through and through like they used to. Now it's just like very like single oriented, which to some degree like I kind of like as well. But if it's a concept album to where like they have a whole identity, then you have to listen to it.
Yeah.
But I like having like songs that are just like it doesn't have to fit in a specific order. I can just listen to it and just like go with it. You know what I mean? So like, but that is probably like one of my songs that like if I think hard and long about it, that would be one of the songs that I'm just like I always go back to if I'm like I need a little motivation, man. I put that song in and that chorus, I hear that pedal to the metal, it's like, all right, let's go for it. Like that motivation, it always just like gives me that.
Yeah, dude. Fucking albums are cool. I like when there's a theme behind an album.
Yeah.
I remember we were all chatting about that the other day. Because like the Dua Lipa album that came out like last year or earlier this year, like that just sounds like singles put together to me. But like listening to Astro World, like that's a theme. That's a world. Like building a world around an album like Kanye always did.
Yeah.
blows my mind. I love that shit, that there's a theme behind it. That's how I like to approach shit. But like, we are in a singles world.
Exactly.
Like, I was just listening to, I got through like half of Megan Thee Stallion shit. Is garbage. Fucking trash, dude. Garbage.
Oh my god,
dude. The beats were like her raps were all the same fucking. I'm not into like I don't know what you call it, stripper rap or something. Like, I don't know what you call it. Dude, man, I'm just like, you got any substance to talk about? Like, anything else? I mean, like, dude, but they were like, half the album was the same goddamn thing. You got nothing else to talk about?
Throw her pussy in his face. This, that with her ass.
Did you listen to the album?
No, I'm just guessing.
Oh my god, I went straight. I got through like 6 songs. I was like, I tried, you know, and then I went to hyperpop.
I think Megan Thee Stallion probably will be the next Cardi.
Probably. But like, I'm just like, I'm waiting for like a fucking female rapper who's like more like Lauryn Hill or something like that, where there's more substance to it. Like, talk about like legit shit. You know, not all the because it was Nicki and then Cardi took over, and now it seems like
you listen to Rhapsody.
Rhapsody?
Yeah.
No.
Listen to Rhapsody. You want a rapper with substance? Listen to her. I mean, she's not like.
I never heard of Rhapsody.
Oh, she's
Rhapsody as in a word, or like reciprocity, or Rap City.
Rhapsody, like RHAPSODY. Rhapsody. She's female rapper. She got bars, man. Like and so like she hardcore. What's the other one? She's from Brooklyn. She did a song with Lil Kim.
The MCMA chick.
I think so.
I'm not, because I'm looking,
not Young M.A. Not Young M.A.
Yeah, I'm not looking for like the lesbian rappers. I want like a female rapper who just has more to say. Like, I like
Rhapsody. Definitely. I mean, like, in terms of just content and just flow, I feel like she brings more to the table.
Yeah.
Ultimately. And, you know, she's still current. You know, she's still rapping. Like I said, she's not top chart. She's not like, you know, a Nicki, which every time I hear Nicki, I feel like she's a has-been now. I don't know about you.
It's not even a has-been. It's just her
time is over.
She was literally like, you know, she kind of like, because there hasn't been anyone, Lil Kim kind of started it. And then, like, it was fucking 10 years later, 15 years later, then the next one was Nicki Minaj, and now it seems like every 5 years.
Well, there was Trina as well.
I don't remember her.
Trina was there. Trina was one. She was around the same area as like Lil Kim, obviously. But then you had like the Trinas, the Lil Kim, the EVE, the Missy Elliott's.
Missy Elliott, yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, Missy. But they were never like. Missy Elliott never sold. I mean, she sold sex, but in such a fun way and creative that it wasn't just like blatantly like, oh, what is she saying? Like I get the like going back to the whole WAP thing. Like, the song's great, empower all the women you want, but like to me it's just like
it does nothing for me.
Yeah, I mean
it's not for me though. Yeah, like, that's fine. It's cool. Like do the sexuality. There's got to be somebody's gonna do it.
Yeah,
you know, I just want a little bit more
substance,
just more.
Yeah, and I think like I said, Rhapsody's cool. I don't really, like I said, female, when it comes to female rappers, is like, I'm sure there's a bunch of them out there, but because they're not like,
it really is like a male dominant.
It is
like it's a man genre.
Yeah, it is. And so like ultimately, like I think I hate that the narrative for a female rapper is to sexualize it, because I feel like they can. I mean, not that they can.
Well, that's what I mean.
They bring more to the table, but at the same time, I'm not knocking it just because to some of them, you know, like it's a way. It's also, you can't do. To me, it's also a means of empowerment in the sense that, you know, guys can get on a track and just rap about, you know, giving it raw to a chick and whatever, and not get any clap back. But when a woman does it, it's kind of just like, oh, well, why would she do that? Why doesn't she rap about this? So to me, it's just like, I get both ends. You know, it's just like,
too, yeah.
You know, to some degree, I'm just like, well.
And it's also not forcing the diversity. Like, we should just fucking have
exactly.
more. Like y'all got to bring it still.
Yeah.
You know, like there isn't anyone right now because no one's brought it yet.
Yeah.
You know, it takes time. And like with male rappers, like it's not like every fucking bar is talking about giving it raw. It's like other stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's sprinkled in there. Like you can sprinkle it in there, but I don't want a whole fucking song that is.
Some rappers, that's all they talk about. Like
it could be, but I'm not listening to them, and I don't care.
What's that guy that was on TikTok that people were doing a lot of videos to? Was if you hit your pussy clean, just scream.
No.
Like I dislike that guy very much. I mean, I don't really care for him at all. I heard a track where the baby was on it, and then I think it was what's those girls? The group of those two girls I rap, same Rap City Girls or whatever. Kind of like what's her name? Like Megan Thee Stallion, but like a lot more like I think it is Rap City Girls.
I don't know.